into the roof of the net. Nice one. Straight down the middle. So a good performance from both teams here today.
Hello and welcome to Firstpost. I'm Rupha Ramani. Let's get started. On the show today, India's star cricketer Virat Kohli last night mimicked Russo to give him a gun send-off. But we ask, where is the line that divides innocent celebrations and a rude send-off? If another cricketer, Harshit Rana, was fined by the Indian board at the IPL for blowing a kiss to send off the batter he dismissed, how was Virat Kohli let go of? Or is there more? Also on the show, the key to success for Bayer Leverkusen is clearly attacking when the chips are down, pressure is high and tension is palpable. A record-winning streak of 49, and a lot of that has come at the dying moments of the game. What is it about Leverkusen and living life on the edge? And over in chess, Magnus Carlsen is using his experience to completely keep the youngsters like Gukesh gunning for him at bay. Says he will teach the kids a thing or two at the Rapid chess tournament in Poland. Stay on for all of that, but first, Sports 360. Starting with cricket, the Indian Cricket Board or the BCCI is set to look out for a new head coach for their men's cricket team after the T20 World Cup. This was announced by BCCI Chairman Jay Shah. Former cricketer Rahul Dravid is the current coach, but his tenure ends in June. Jay Shah said Dravid could reapply for the same position if he wishes to. Sri Lanka have announced their 15-member squad for the ICC Men's T20 World Cup. Wanindu Hasaranga is retained as captain. Veteran cricketers Angelo Matthews and Dhananjaya De Silva are included. The injured pacer Matisha Pathirana also finds his place in the Sri Lankan squad despite injury. Over in football, Players Union FIFPRO and the World Leagues Association have threatened FIFA for legal action. They want FIFA to review next year's 32-team Club World Cup plan. FIFPRO and World Leagues Association feel that the football calendar is congested and the Club World Cup plan will be hectic for its players. Atlanta beat Marseille 3-0 in the second leg of Europa League semi-final. With a 4-1 aggregate, Atlanta are through to the final. A goal from Ademola Lookman in the first half and goal each from Matteo Ruggeri and El Bilal Tohé in the second sealed the game for Atlanta. They will face Bayer Leverkusen in the final on the 23rd of May. And in tennis, 22-time Grand Slam champion Rafael Nadal made a winning start at the Italian Open. He beat Zizou Bergs in the first round in a hard-fought three-setter. And in the women's draw, world number one Iga Świątek has entered the third round. The Pole registered a 6-love 6-2 victory over Bernarda Pera. This looks innocent, doesn't it? I'm obviously mimicking a celebration that caught some buzz in the cricket circles, but what does a celebration style tell you about a player? Apparently quite a bit. The art of celebrating a moment in a game has transformed over the decades. In earlier times, a handshake, polite claps, and a pat on the shoulder greeted record-breaking performances. That's alien now, because today it's more visceral. It's chest-thumping, fist-bumping, t-shirt-ripping, guttural moments. It's a sportsperson's calling card. But today the focus is this moment. It happened last night at the Indian Premier League. Indian cricketer Virat Kohli mimicking South Africa's Russo's celebration to send him off. The celebration pose was replicated when Russo's wicket fell. Virat Kohli was not the bowler. He wasn't even the fielder who caught the delivery to dismiss Russo. But he sure made it a point to tell Russo off in the exact manner that Russo celebrated his 50 with. Now look, I'm no moral police here. Far from that. Those who know me well, at least a little, will know I'm up for a good contest. And as fans, we all love that. We love these celebration styles. They are unique. They bring you closer to the player and they make watching a match more interesting. So what's the problem? Well, these celebration styles and poses have become a statement, a jibe, a way to poke and jeer the opposition. Well, that is what Virat Kohli was doing there. Bengaluru had posted a massive 241 on board and Punjab was trying to chase that down. They've done monumental things in the season, not very consistently though. Russo was going strong and looking very dangerous. He reached his half-century and celebrated that in style, getting down on one knee and fashioning a bazooka out of his bat to say he was sending it all over the park. He was going all guns blazing. He reached 61 before holing out to Will Jacks on the ropes. Virat Kohli came running in from his fielding position, paused for dramatic effect, fashioned a gun with his hands and pretend shot Russo. It sounded all cool and classy and rather witty, and maybe Russo was a good sport because it seems like they had a laugh about it later, but what if it was not taken too well because that was a jibe? Or was it okay because it was Virat Kohli? And the king can't be wrong. Now, the reason I ask is because just some weeks ago, a Kolkata player, Harshit Rana, engaged in some celebrations too, in his own style when he dismissed Hyderabad franchise's Mayank Agarwal. He blew him a kiss. The BCCI or the Indian Cricket Board weren't as romantic or sweet gestured in response. They slapped him with a 60% match fee. Okay, they felt he had taken celebrations and the act of celebrating a wicket rather far. That there was disrepute brought to the game, their words of course. And maybe Rana did rub it in the batter's face after dismissing him. But Virat Kohli was passing on a jibe to Russo too, was he not? He was basically giving it back to him, saying his team had the last laugh. Pretend shooting him out. Are there different yardsticks for different players? And come on, we know Virat Kohli loves a good contest. It drives him to do well. And we like it when he does that, especially in the India colours. Just last year, when he was playing West Indies, after hitting a West Indian bowler, Kesrick Williams, for a 6, Virat Kohli kept his bat down and pretended to tick off something. And when asked later about that gesture, he said he was only mimicking Kesrick Williams' celebration style because he remembered Williams doing exactly that when he had dismissed Virat Kohli earlier. Now, I'm not questioning the intent here. A banter, a bit of rivalry, a few jibes here and there is all great for the game. It keeps the personality, the characters alive, and it keeps the audience hooked. So then why slap a fine on certain players and let the legendary ones off the hook, is my question. What is the fine line that divides an innocent celebration from an unsportsmanlike send-off? Was the BCCI being selective here? Because such things happen all over the world. Celebration styles that are almost mocking the opponent or the fans who are supporting the opponent. As much as enjoying that moment or mini victory, footballers are the OGs when it comes to this, like the finger on the lips pose. It was famously celebrated by footballer Rossouw to silence the opposition and their fans, or cupping the hands behind the ears to indicate sarcastically that the crowd has fallen silent, miming a weapon as a famous form of celebration, and then the controversial ones that the governing bodies frown upon because they feel it is not being too modest in victory, like removing the jersey after a goal. Well, that was okay, only until 2004. It came under excessive celebrations as per FIFA laws and results in a yellow card. The famous incident, of course, involved Andre Iniesta, who was punished for the celebration in the 2010 World Cup final. It didn't spare the women either. Chloe Kelly was booked during the UEFA Women's 2022 final for a similar celebration that was praised by the media as an empowering act. I'd say that too. Now, across seas, many years before this clampdown, of course, Indian cricketer and captain back then, Sourav Ganguly's famous bare-chested t-shirt twirl was heralded as India's coming-of-age moment against arch-rivals England. So where is the line where you can say one action is all right and the other is not in keeping with the spirit of the game or the decorum sportspersons need to maintain? Recently, Sri Lankan and Bangladesh cricket teams have been ribbing each other constantly, indicating a watch and a timed-out gesture, mocking each other. This is with reference to the World Cup timed-out dismissal of Angelo Matthews, of course. So if celebrations is all about personality, encouraging clashes, a friendly banter once in a while, fueling rivalry, then why put a lid on it? Or is it a convenient tool to punish a target that is easy and turn the head the other way when someone else does it? So that a governing body can still come across as being disciplinary, but probably not every time. Should there be a blanket lift on any celebration then and send off as long as words are not exchanged? What do you think? Now, this next story is about a club that is shattering all records, a club that has gone unbeaten for a whopping 49 games. A club that clearly doesn't know how to lose, doesn't give in. They will fight till the end. There's a lot of drama in their wins, but also in their draws. They say success comes if you take some risks, push the boundaries, and that seems to be the mantra for this football club, because they love living on the edge. They are the true comeback kings of the world of football. Of course, I'm talking about Bayer Leverkusen, a team that is determined to not lose. A draw will do if a win seems a little too far to attain. We spoke about their turnaround, about how they came out of being on the cusp of relegation in 2022 to become a daunting opponent for any club they face. They are the symbol, the definition of the match not being over till the very last second, because this team scores only in the dying moments of the game. It is their ammo, and when they are nailing it time and again, like they did last night, to create history, beating AS Roma in the Europa League semi-finals, and this despite trailing 2-0 till the 82nd minute of the game. Bayer's last goals secured them a crucial win, extending their unbeaten streak to a staggering 49 across competitions. But yes, even a goal in the 82nd minute had secured their Europa League spot in the final, as they were leading 3-2 on aggregate. But they still needed a goal to secure a draw in their second leg and keep that winning streak alive. So the goal was not just making it to the final, it was to not lose, to not break their streak at any cost. They are driven. So where do they stand when it comes to the history of the sport? While the longest streak in football belongs to Lincoln Red Imps of Gibraltar, and that's a whopping 88 unbeaten games, but Leverkusen are close to breaking a German record held by Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich's 53 unbeaten run is the longest in German football across competitions, and Leverkusen have their eyes set on that. And I can picture them telling each other, Xabi Alonso and his boys, egging themselves on to stay focused and undefeated for just 5 more games to overtake Bayern Munich, a goal that they have been at since the 12th of August last year. And here's what makes this streak of theirs so exciting. The late goals last night was not a one-off. They've been doing it through the season. They are staying on course, but in the most dramatic fashion, an edge-of-the-seat manner, giving their fans enough drama for the ages. In these 49 games, there were 11 instances when the streak could have been broken. They were trailing, but they came right back to ensure they did not. And in 10 of those 11 instances, they scored in the dying moments of the game, called stoppage time, or the extra time allotted before a match is ending. And in the last 6 games alone, 4 matches have been decided minutes before the match ended, to keep that streak going and their fans on their toes. They brought some genius right at the end when a team trailing seems to have lost hope, to pull a rabbit out of the hat sort of moments. And this across competitions. Even every statistician keeping close tabs on the football are extremely busy just because of them. Forget their recent games, the streak could have very well ended on the 16th of September last year, their 3rd game in this super stretch. It was against Bayern Munich. Leverkusen was trailing 2-1. It took a penalty just 1 minute before the game was about to end to close out the game and beat Munich. And ever since then, Leverkusen has made it a bit of a habit to scoring at the dying moments for a win or to manage a draw. This knack for these late scores is impressive and also a reflection of their mental strength and resilience, something their manager, Xabi Alonso, pointed out after the Roma game.
I think that I've said the boys, they kept having the confidence that we were in the right way. Even after the 2-0, you can have few doubts that you can lose the control. You try to change a little bit the way you're playing, but we kept doing the right things, and it was for sure it was important, but it was totally deserved. And at the end, again, we scored the equalizer that it feels even greater to reach this way the final.
The club has had a remarkable journey so far and hopes of an unthinkable treble. I'm sure that's crossed Alonso's mind and that of his team, a Europa League final. And then, of course, the DFB Pokal is all that is left for Leverkusen to win. Leverkusen ended their 119-year-long wait for silverware by clinching the German league title, the Bundesliga, recently. So maybe it's their way of telling their fans to wait till the last minute to bring it all home every time they go out to play. Last-minute madness or planned chaos. Leverkusen is right now the hottest German club this season. The past 1 month has seen a massive transition in chess from a classical chess at the candidates tournament where the clock is not a burden, it's a friend, to the fast-paced grand chess tour Rapid and Blitz tournament in Poland where every move counts, split-second decisions is what matters and can make or break the player. To us it sounds like just a small rule change, a format change, but when the clock is ticking, even the best in the business feel the heat. Fast thinking, fast moves, and even the approach drastically changes. And leading the charge in Poland is the reigning world chess champion Magnus Carlsen. And after 3 days play, it's Carlsen who is in the joint lead along with Wei He. Carlsen, known for his strategic brilliance and unrivaled experience, has been dominating the rapid format so far. Basically, it is Carlsen's way of telling everyone, stop adulating and fawning over the kids, because when it comes to the tricky formats, age still triumphs. I will still triumph. It was like he was waiting and watching all the drama unfolding at the candidates tournament and right after, and is now reminding the world once more that when it comes to rapid chess, at least, there is little that can shake him and his authority. So what is rapid chess? It's a format where restricted time is given to players to finish the game. In this particular tournament in Poland, the players have 25 minutes on the clock and 10 seconds increment per move. It's a tough battle with the clock hanging over your head. And it's the 33-year-old Magnus Carlsen, the oldest in this particular list of candidates here in this tournament, that is crushing it. He's managing to stave off competition from the young and restless. That includes India's 3 chess prodigies, D. Gukesh, R. Pragyananda, and Arjun Erigesi. And some of you may say that the oldest player in the tournament cannot possibly be the fastest, the sharpest, even if that person happens to be Magnus Carlsen. But there is, of course, logic to this. So what is it about Carlsen that gives him the edge in these fast-paced formats, especially over youngsters who should have the agility to excel here? Now, firstly, this format puts immense pressure on players' decision-making abilities. And while younger players like Gukesh may excel in long-form chess, where they have more time to carefully calculate their moves, work out permutations and combinations, and end results rather carefully, rapid chess requires a different set of skills. Young talents like Gukesh have dazzled audiences with their strategy and their prowess and their fearless play in the candidates tournament. But Carlsen himself pointed out, in fact, in this podcast that has been given to us as an India exclusive, that rapid chess is a different beast altogether.
I think, to be fair, early in my career, I was very much based on calculation. And from talking to Gukesh, I think he is extremely calculation-based. That's also one of the reasons why he struggles more in faster chess. You need a lot more experience.
Carlsen's words ring true in the intense arena of rapid and blitz chess. His years of experience have honed his ability to make quick yet precise decisions under pressure, giving him a distinct advantage over his younger counterparts. His strategic depth combined with lightning-fast calculations, again, one that's been developed over years, allows him to outmaneuver even the most formidable opponents. Experience plays a crucial role in rapid chess. Over the years, Carlsen has encountered countless positions and developed a better understanding of the game. But it's not just about experience. Carlsen is a master of being able to adjust his playing style to suit the demand of that moment, of the format, be it employing aggressive tactics or opting for solid play. In the 6 games so far in Poland, Carlsen has drawn 4 times and won 2 of the games, and even allowed candidates winner Gukesh to go past him. Didn't allow candidates winner Gukesh to go past him. And as I pointed out before, in the fast-paced world of rapid chess, every second counts. And Carlsen's ability to maintain his composure is what sets him apart. Also, Carlsen is the only player here who's above 30. Guys like Pragyananda, Gukesh, Wai, Vincent Khamer are mere teenagers. And when Carlsen is around, how can cockiness ever escape him?
I'm very happy to be the only representative of adults who are 30 years and older. I played tournaments where there is a mix, but I don't think I have played tournaments like this, where there is almost exclusively young players. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be super fun and super interesting to see, and hopefully I can teach them a thing or two.
There's a swagger with Carlsen when he says that. He says he will teach youngsters a thing or two, basically telling them all One of you may have won the candidates tournament recently. The other may be the youngest grandmaster in your country. Another may have won a prestigious national award recently. But when it comes to rapid chess, I'm the boss. And if you thought rapid sounds rushed and intense, wait for Blitz, because that's even quicker. Participants will have 5 minutes on the clock and 2 seconds increment per move. Talk about pressure. And when it comes to dealing with it and sounding rather confident while doing so, there is none who can match Magnus Carlsen, who shows you he can talk the talk and walk it too. Time for last serve. A grand celebration after a tournament victory is the norm. But fans flooding the streets on reaching the final, well, that's something. Watch Olympiacos fans celebrate their club reaching the Conference League final, their first European final in 99 years. Talk about celebrating in style. I'm just trying to think how those moments would be when they do, if they do, lift the title. But that does it here on First Sports. Stay tuned for more updates and keep watching. I'll see you again after the weekend is done.
Firstpost reports from the world's second largest continent. Hello, I'm Alison Lagrange. A very warm welcome from Durban, South Africa. We get you the news and the newsmakers from Africa. South Africa goes to the polls on the 29th of May. I will track the election and bring you ground reports. Is it the end of the road for the African National Congress? And will former President Jacob Zuma stage a dramatic comeback? From elections to climate change, to innovations and opportunities. As the world's attention shifts, we report from Africa, the heart of the global south. Join me every weekday live on First Post.